Hey guys, Mr. Thibodeau here. All right. Lesson 42, volume. Okay. The new concept, the volume of a solid is the total amount of space occupied or enclosed by a solid. So in two-dimensional figure, right, we have our perimeter, okay, that goes around the space, okay? And then we have the area. So we have the perimeter, and then we have the area that's on the outside, okay? In a three-dimensional figure, okay, we have the perimeter around one side, okay? We have the area, which is all of the sides together, okay? This would be like, for three-dimensional, think area like wrapping paper. For a three-dimensional figure, area is your wrapping paper. How much would it take to cover all of this space, okay? To wrap all the way around it. Volume, that's the space inside, okay? Volume is everything inside of the three-dimensional figure. So, for instance, what is the volume? We often talk about volume as in like the liquid that a cup will hold, okay? A container can hold so much liquid. That's volume. How much will it hold? Okay. How much will it hold? And area is like, how much do I need to wrap it? Okay. Perimeter is like, how much do I need to fence it, to put a fence around it? So those are just different ways to conceptualize these different things, okay? So when we're talking about this, before we used area as centimeters squared, okay? Remember, a perimeter, even this perimeter right here, is 3 times 3, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, okay? Which in this case be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the perimeter equals 12, okay? The area is 3 times 3, which equals 9. Now in this case, the perimeter is bigger than the area, but not really, because the area is cubes squared, which shows that it's, if I just took these four lines, right, and I drew them, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the perimeter, all put in a line like that. It doesn't even take up 3 whole squares, okay? It's just 3 lines. This 9, though, takes up all of this space, okay? So it's 9 cubes squared versus 12 cubes not squared. This 9, if we were really going to compare the actual like amount between this and this would be 12 cubes worth of line, and this would be 81 cubes worth of line, okay? If we were really going to do how many lines can fit in this, okay? This one is 12 worth of fencing, but if we were to fill this entire space with just fence, nothing but fence, all the way in, it would be 81 fence, okay? Not really what we do, but just to give you an idea. So when we're talking about the volume, we're not going to just square it anymore because it's a three-dimensional space. We're going to be cubing it, okay? So the volume here, I'll give you the volume equals the base times the height, okay? So the base area is 4 times 5. In this case, with it being a cube, okay, the base side is 3 times 3, so 9 times 3, okay, which gives me 27 cubes cubed, okay, multiplied by 3. So if we were to find out how many of these fence, of this single line of fence, can fit into this whole three-dimensional figure, it would be something like 27 times 27 times 27, and that would be our amount. So it's way, way, way more when you add more dimensions, okay? Massively more. So it's like, which makes sense, right? So I have a single piece of paper, okay, very thin. If I wanted to figure out just how big this paper is, okay, that's one thing. If I wanted to figure out not just the length around it, but all of this size, that's my area. And then if I wanted to fill up a volume, I would have to volume ends up giving you something like a book, right, where it's super thick. That would be your volume, okay? I lost my place. Okay. But, so the base is you're looking for the area of the base times the height, and that'll give you your volume, okay? You're going to only deal with sort of easier stuff through this. It won't get really hard until you get into geometry later, so you shouldn't have too much trouble here. With this, it's your length times the width times the height all work out, right? Because your base is just your length times your width. And now we're adding the height, okay? So essentially, instead of just length times the width, now it's length times width times height, okay? Multiply 4 times 5 times 3, and that gives you your volume. Where for our area, we did 4 times 5. For our perimeter, we did 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, or on the base side, we did 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5, okay? All right, I think you should be able to do that. I don't want to get too into the weeds here. Let's go ahead and just have you do 2 through 30 even for the work practice, written practice. 2 through 30. Please feel free to send me an email if you have any questions.